It goes by many names: The Crisis, The Dark Years, The Walking Plague, as well as more hip titles, such as World War Z or Z War I. I personally dislike this last moniker as it implies an inevitable Z War II. This record of the greatest conflict in human history owes its genesis to a much smaller, much more personal conflict between me and the chairperson of the United Nations Post-War Commission report. My initial work for the commission could be described as a labor of love. It came as a shock when I found out almost half of that work deleted from the report's final edition. It was all too intimate, the chairperson said. Too many opinions, too many feelings. That's not what this report is about. We need clear facts and figures. After a rather heated and animated discussion, the chairperson responded, "Then write a book. You've still got your notes and legal freedom to use them, so what's stopping you from writing your own book?" So that is what these are, the personal stories with all the feelings left in. Sharon could be considered beautiful by most standards. She also has the mind of a 4-year-old. We are at the Ruthven Rehabilitation Home for Feral Children. Dr. Roberta Kellner, Sharon's caseworker, describes her case as lucky. At least she has language skills and a cohesive thought process, she explains. It's rudimentary, but at least it's fully functional. Dr. Kellner is eager for the interview, but Dr. Summers, Ruthven's program director, is not.
We were in church, Mommy and me. We were waiting for Daddy. He was supposed to come find us. Everybody was in the church. They all had blankets and water and food. And Miss Randolph had one. She wasn't supposed to have them. They were dangerous. I asked her where my friend Ashley was, but Mom told me not to do that, and she apologized. Miss Randolph was dirty. She had red and brown all over her. She was fat. She had big soft arms. There were other kids, Jill and Abby, and other kids. Miss McGraw was watching them. They had crayons and they were coloring on the wall. Mommy told me to go play with them. They said it was okay. Pastor Dan said it was okay. Pastor Dan was there. He was trying to make people stay calm and listen to him. "Please, everyone. Please stay calm. Authorities are coming." No one was listening to him, though. Everyone was talking. Everybody was sitting. People were trying to talk on their things, but they were angry at them. So they were throwing them and swearing at them with bad words. I felt bad for Pastor Dan. He was outside. Mommy was talking to Miss Kermode and other mommies. They were fighting. Mommy was getting mad. Miss Kermode kept saying, "Well, what if? What else could you do?" Mommy was shaking her head. Miss Kermode was talking with her hands. I didn't like Miss Kermode. She was bossy and mean. Somebody yelled, "Here they come!" Mommy came and picked me up. They took her bench and put it next to the door. They put all the benches next to the door and yelled, "Quick, jam the door! I need a hammer! They're in the parking lot! They're coming this way!" Can I? They were coming. They came bigger. They wanted to come in. People screamed. Mommy hugged me. She hugged me tight. Said, "It's okay. I won't let them get you." Brace the door. Hold it. Hold it. They're coming in. Shoot them. Shoot them. I won't let them get you. I won't let them get you. "Save the children. Go save the children," said Miss Cordon. "Save the children." And the kids started crying. And Abby wouldn't stop crying. So Miss Cordon picked her up and threw her against the wall. And she stopped. "It's okay, baby. It's okay. I won't let them get you. I won't let them get you." Warm and wet, singing in my eyes. Moms picked me up and carried me. They carried me into the parking lot. And I heard somebody say, "Run, Sharon, run!" Somebody let me go, and They were big soft arms that let me go.
In pre-war times, this outpost was considered the most remote on Earth. Situated near the planet's southern geometric pole, atop a 4-kilometer ice crust of Lake Vostok, temperatures here have been recorded at a world record -89 degrees Celsius, with the highs rarely reaching above -22. This extreme cold and the fact that overland transport takes over a month to reach the station were what made Vostok so attractive to Breckenridge Breck Scott. We meet in the Dome, the reinforced geodesic greenhouse that draws power from the station's geothermal plant. These and many other improvements were implemented by Mr. Scott when he leased the station from the Russian government. He has not left it since the Great Panic.
Do you understand economics? I sure as hell don't. And anybody who says they do is full of shit. There are no rules. You win, you lose. The only rule that has ever made sense to me I learned from Professor Wharton. Fear, he used to say. Fear is the most valuable commodity in the universe. Turn on the TV. What do you see? People selling products? No. Selling the fear of living without a product. Fucking A, he was right. When I first heard about the outbreaks, back when it was still called African rabies, I saw the opportunity of a lifetime. I met with some of my nearest and dearest. I was the first one to come up with a workable pitch, a vaccine, a real vaccine for rabies. A cure would only sell if people thought they were infected, but a vaccine, that's preventative. We had plenty of contacts in the biomed industry. We had a working prototype in less than a month.
What about the FDA?
Please, are you serious? Back then, the FDA was one of the most underfunded, mismanaged organizations in the country. The president railroaded it through the FDA in 2 months. Remember that speech the president made before Congress? How it had been tested in Europe? Remember the whole people don't need big government, they need big protection, and they need it big time. Jesus Christmas, I think half the country creamed their pants at that.
You didn't know if it worked?
We knew it would work against rabies, and that's what they said it was, right? Just some weird strain of rabies.
Who said that?
You know, they, like the UN or the somebody. That's what everybody ended up calling it, right? African rabies.
What if someone discovered?
Discovered what? We never lied. They said it was rabies. We made a vaccine for rabies. Remember when we started to get our first cases here in the States? That guy in Florida who said he'd been bitten, but survived because he was taking phalanx? Oh, God bless that dumbass.
That wasn't because of phalanx. The drug didn't protect people at all.
It protected them from their fears. That's all I was selling. Because of phalanx, the biomed sector started to recover, jump-starting the stock market.
And then, when the outbreaks became more serious and the press finally reported there was no one to drug?
Precisely. That's the alpha cunt who should be shot, who first broke that story. Pulled the fucking rug out from under us all. She caused the Great Panic.
Did you take no personal responsibility?
For what? Making a little extra cash? Well, not a little. You want to blame someone. Blame whoever called it rabies, or who knew it wasn't rabies and gave us the green light. Or the people that bought phalanx without doing research. They made the choice themselves. If anybody was too stupid to get themselves hurt too, boo fucking who. Of course, if there is a hell, I don't want to think about how many of these dumb shits might be waiting for me.
I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this: the